Stay tuned for the latest Wisdom of Solomon, another gem from King Solomon's mind, brought to you by TR10, the super colloidal silver. You go to cpnlive.com to order. Tonight, black from the white side.
Wanna talk? So let's talk. Here. Talk. You wanna talk? You gotta talk, you need to talk. News talk.
I talk, you talk to Solomon. I talk, you talk to Solomon. Yeah, let's talk to Solomon. Talk to Solomon.
You gotta talk, you wanna talk.
Black from the white side. Have you seen the video? It's all over the internet. Millions have seen it. Now let me paint the picture. It's a school bus. The kids are riding to school. A kid, now these are high schoolers. A kid gets on the bus. He's white. Most of the kids on the bus are black. The kid goes to sit down, and wherever he went to sit down, that person said, "Don't sit here." He's kind of a nerdy kid, so he goes and sits down someplace else. No sooner does he sit down than the kid he sat down next to, a black kid, stands up, grabs his hair, and starts punching him in the face. And all the kids start cheering, "Yay! Yay, yay, yay." Finally, some other kid pulled this guy off. This kid moved to another seat. And 2 minutes later, another black kid gets up and starts wailing and beating on this white kid. Beating him severely. And all the kids, "Yay! Cheer, cheer, cheer." And then another kid pulls this guy off. Now, the police saw the video and said, this was a hate crime. They're beating on this kid because he's white. There's no other reason. The kid didn't do anything. Later they said, oh, by the way, after he finished beating on the kid, he showed a gang sign. Now the policeman, now listen to this. The policeman that said this was a hate crime based on race has been forced to rescind that. He says that we don't have proof. You don't have proof? How about the kid's face? If this had been a black kid beaten by white punks, there would have been every black pimp in America racing, walking, running, pogo stick, however they could get there to demonstrate about how racist America is. Well, America is racist, but most racism is minority against majority, not the other way around. You're 100 times more likely to be attacked by a black if you're white than to be attacked by a white if you're black. Fact. Fact. So now they've arrested these two kids. Good. Listen to this. The one kid, they let him out on bail in the care of his dad, who's a pastor. What's his name? Reverend Wright? A pastor. And the other kid, well, they haven't said what they've done with him, but they're being charged as juveniles because in Illinois, you can't charge them as adults unless they do certain crimes, and they can't prove that they tried to murder this kid, or they could have died from what they did to him. Look, all black kids are not prejudiced. All white kids are not prejudiced. All black kids are not bad. All white kids are not bad. There are some bad in every group. But let's be honest, when it happens, it happens. Let me guess. The gang sign this guy gave, which was probably a finger in his nose, was of a black gang, not an interracial gang and not a white gang. The reason I can tell you this story is, listen to me. I'm not a very big guy. I'm big enough. I can handle myself. But when I was a kid, I had heart problems. I had arthritis problems. I could barely walk. I could walk, but I could barely walk. And I was walking to the hospital. We didn't have the money to take the bus, much less we didn't have a car. And as I walked slowly to the hospital, a bunch of black kids came and jumped on me and beat the holy crap out of me. And there wasn't a thing in the world I could do about it but bleed and hope that he wouldn't kill me. Now, does that make all black kids bad? Hell no. Does that make those black kids bad? Hell yes. Why were they that way? Because their parents taught them that way. Their parents taught them that way. That's fact, folk. That's fact. By the way, my wife is black, so if you got that racism thing coming up in your throat, shove it back. It isn't true. Right is right, wrong is wrong, Fact is fact. Listen to this. A well-known, well-liked, well-respected, never had a problem police officer came in to report for work, and he had his hair done in cornrows. Now, there was a time I didn't know what the hell a cornrow was, but I do now. It's a tight braid that goes across the head normally, from the front to the back, a whole row of them, and it's normally done by black people because it's a way of a hairstyle they've used for many, many years, for whatever reason. Affects their hair, keeps their hair at a certain place. They don't have to comb it all the time, whatever the case is. There are half a dozen police officers in Philadelphia, in that district, who have their hair in that particular style. This white guy came in that style. They jerked him off the field. They put him in front of a desk and said, you will not be able to do anything until you shave your head. You see it on the screen. Now, what had he done wrong? He was born white. That's what he did wrong. They can say to a white guy, we don't like you doing this. Why? They don't have to have a why. Now, if they tried this with a black officer, first of all, they wouldn't. But if they did, they'd be told, what are we violating? Our hair is above the collar. It's neat. We can wear a hat in a military style. It's not in our way. It doesn't take extra time. What's your problem? The problem that the brass had was they didn't like the idea of a white guy pretending like he was black. I guess. Isn't it weird? Isn't it unusual to be black from the white side?